I'm back.
Every time I walk out that door, every time I interact with anybody new, my purpose is to help change.
It's time to celebrate life. If you know that you're in charge of your life, it's time to stand up. If you know you want better for your life, it's time to stand up. If you know that you have what it takes to be in charge of your life, it's time to stand up. If you know that you are not just trying to be good for you, but for those around you, it's time to stand up. As a matter of fact, look to the person to your left and tell them you are enough.
I want to help you change, and just like you change, every time I interact with somebody, they help me change. It's no different than if I met an individual and they had 4 quarters and they needed change, or if I had $1 and they had 4 quarters, I need to change. We can swap the money. The value is still the same. They still got $1, I still got $1, but we both exchanged something, and it was a change for both of us. So every time I walk out that door, I inspire to help change lives just as much as lives have changed me.
Y'all been listening to the wrong people, watching the wrong things all your life, and it's time to put to rest all those negative thoughts, because you are enough. It's time to put to rest that self-doubt, because you are enough. It is time to get rid of that negative energy, because you are enough. It is time to stop listening to people that don't have the best interests of you in your life, because you are enough. So let's have a moment of silence. I want everybody to understand that you are the person that's in charge of your life. Everything that you have inside of you to be who you're supposed to be in life. You have a destiny, and that destiny can only be accomplished through you, by you, and only you, with the help of God. When you realize that you are the person you are, because you're not a carbon copy, there's only one you. They try to put you in a box. Society tries to put you in a box, but you can't be in a box. How can you be in a box when there's only one you? But then they tell you, think outside the box. What I'm trying to get you to understand is there is no box.
I want to pass on the things that I have to the generations behind me. By the time it's time for me to get called home and go to the grave, I want to be empty. I believe in bankrupting the cemetery, so I can't take this knowledge with me, because the cemetery is already full of brilliant ideas and unwritten books and innovative ideas. I can't take this with me, so I'm trying to leave it all here as Billy Graham Jr. to the next generation so somebody else can carry it on.
What's up, what's going on, family, and welcome back to another episode of Purpose Driven. And man, can I say I have missed y'all these weeks. It gets so long in between. I'm ready to go talk to the fam. I'm ready to let them see the next guests we have coming on, because as you know, we only bring on guests, people that are everyday personalities that you can resonate with, business owners, success stories, people just sharing their life of how they're using their gift to live a purpose that is driven by them. And man, this next person that I have coming on, you think we had fun last week? Now, you have seen her before. She's been on here before, but she has had so many amazing things going on in life. I was like, we got to get her back on so that people can see what the difference makes from 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, 3 months. It doesn't take that long for you to start living in your purpose, but you have to start taking the first step. So this individual, you're going to see some things and hear some things that she has going on. And when I say it's mine, you know what? I'm not even finna keep going. I'm going to let you hear from her yourself, because man, I would do a disservice trying to explain the amazing things that this woman is doing in her life and in her community. So I have to bring to you the one, the only, the amazing Nicole Sunshine Dalton.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Billy. How are you?
What's going on, sis?
First, I want to say thanks for having me back on. I've been on a natural spiritual high, if you want to say. I'm just in awe of everything God has done and still doing and just blow my mind. But before we begin, you already know what we got to do.
I know.
Most heavenly gracious Father, we first and want to say thank you. Thank you for another day, Lord. And as I speak and as we speak, Lord, let us be able to be edifying to someone who's watching online or who's going to watch it later. Lord, move in a mighty way. Allow your will to be done through us and in us. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Okay,
Amen.
so where you want to
Well, before we get started, let's do a recap. Let's tell everybody who you are for our new family members just joining in. Can you tell them who is Sunshine?
Okay, well, my name is Nicole, aka Sunshine. I am an author. I am a mother. I do spoken words. I do so much. I'm I'm an activist for the children. I am a paralegal by day and entrepreneur 24 hours, 7 days a week. I am also entrepreneur. Yeah, and I have 5 books out now. And I'm a
Now,
speaker.
now let's go back. Let's go back because you said you have 5 books out now, and last time we talked, you had 1 book out, 1 getting ready to drop, a 3rd in your mind, and now we're already at 5. And
Yeah.
it hasn't even been a couple months since we talked.
I know. And I'm working on.
Hold on. So first of all, explain to people because we got somebody out there that's like, I want to be an author. I want to write a book. Can you explain that process to them? Because some people think, hey, I used to be one of them. Like writing a book is gonna be hard. And then I looked up one day and like, man, I got 3 books. And I'm like, how did that happen? So can you explain to people that have a story to tell and they just don't know how to begin it or where to begin it? Can you give a brief synopsis of how you went from 1 to 5 and going on to 6 books just like that?
Okay, and just to let you know, I am offering services to help people with their books. So it is for a fee, but on my page at God's Property, on my website, www.godsproperty2022.com, you can set up a time. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, but it's the who, what, when, and why. First, you have to be led. Me, I have to be led. Each book was named by God. God gave each book the names. God has told me what order, what category, what to print, and what to do. God will rearrange it in my sleep and wake me up and be like, fix this, fix that, fix this. So it depends on who's leading that. The simple fact is everybody could write a book, but is it going to be edifying? Is it giving something to the community, to society to better, or just be garbage? Me is to elevate and to be better and to help break cycles, let people know that I've been there. I don't look like what I've been through because I've been through hell and back, and my books say it all. I mean, I've been hell and back where the devil has entered my dreams trying to get at me. And yeah. So the simple fact is, yes, and I'm a prophetess. God has given me the permission to now say it because it's a whole lot, Billy. It's a whole lot. But it starts with setting up who, what, when, and why. What are you writing? Why is it going to make me want to buy the book? You need to tell me why I should go get this book. My books are to help break generational curse, make you wake up and realize what's important and the value, how to be debt free. There's so many different ones, testimonies for people who are having problems with their faith. You know, they're all different because, baby, my autobiography and then the continuation, This Too Shall Pass, is a continuation from my autobiography, looking in from the outside, where the cover itself has its own meaning behind it. How I'm sorry, but everything in the background is clear because people look at you thinking that your life is all together, but they don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oof.
My book, Amazon, or my website, godsproperty2022.com. boop, boop. If you order from my website, I pray over it. I write a little inscript and I sign it.
Ooh, get the signed copy, personal touch. Now, I don't know if you caught what Sunshine just said. Whenever you're doing something, well, no matter what it is in life, especially for our aspiring authors out there, you have to have a guide. You have to have that who, what, when, where, why. You have to know what your purpose is behind what you're doing. Because as she said, if you're just out there doing something, it's not going to come off right. It has to be something that's fulfilling to others. And think about authors out there. Every time somebody reads a book, it resonates with somebody and it has a purpose for that individual. And you heard it first from Sunshine. Now you named a bunch of stuff you do. I don't even know how you found time to write a book, let alone going on your 6th book. But you also have amazing things happening outside of your authorship. Now, me, because I follow you, we stay in close contact. You recently, very, very recently, which again, I don't know how you found time for this, just had a wonderful life-changing excursion. And I couldn't wait. I couldn't hold off. We're not going to do the build-up. I have to know, everybody has to know, tell us about this most recent life-changing experience you had, how it affected you, the people. Just tell us everything. We're going to sit back. We want you to just tell us. I'm all ears.
Okay, London, Paris. I'm internationally known. God's property, internationally known. We celebrate life, internationally known. Sunshine, internationally known. Okay. So, like I said, London, Paris. I literally touched down Sunday night at 10:30 back in the US. So I was at the biggest UK Black Expo event that they have every year in London. Let me tell you how this came about. So due to I have my personal connection with God where he speaks directly to me, and I claim that on everything. I love my Lord Jesus Christ. So I was like, God, where do you want me to be when I turn 46 this year? Because last year I was in Myrtle Beach. He said, London. I said, what's going on in London? Then he brought up Ernest and his wife, Lucretia. And so I called him. I said, hey, are you going to be in London around my birthday time in October? Lucretia goes, I'm happy you asked, girl. Why? Because they got the biggest Black Expo and you need to be a part of it. I said, I hear you, God. So what did I do? Right away, my blind faith. You got to have that blind faith to just up and go and book everything. Okay.
Yes.
Myself, but I'm not by myself because I got God who's sending me. So I already know it's going to be powerful. So I booked it. I paid them. I went and did my wire transfer, bought my hotel room close to the event, literally right next door to the event. Yes. I'm in Europe. I planned everything. I was like, I know where I'm going. I did the whole week. Now, the event was a Saturday. My birthday was a Monday. So what I did was I flew out Saturday night, the 15th, landed in London, since it's a 5-hour ahead in London. Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, I said, Lord, I'm here. Thank you. Now let my room be ready. Now, check-in wasn't until 3 p.m. Well, Lord, let my room be ready so I could take a shower, change clothes, and hit the streets. 10, I had my car service set up because Ernest was like, book a car service now. I booked it that Saturday morning. Boop, boop. My car service was waiting for me. Got to the hotel. It was an hour drive. 11 o'clock I got there. They was like, this is weird. We never had rooms ready ahead of time. I said, that's God. Because I prayed before I touched down. God had my room ready. What did I do? Shower, change clothes, and hit the streets. Oh, Sunshine, I traveled ever since I was 6 months old. So I am not afraid to travel by myself with people, whatever. I said, Lord, you sent me here. Move, use me as you see fit. I anointed myself every day, soaked every night. And I was like, and every day, God had me doing something or ministering to somebody or more than one. But baby, that Saturday at the event, During the week, everybody was like, I had to come find sunshine. Saturday, I was talking to the VP of American Express. They upgraded my American Express to the gold card. They said, sis, why you got it like this? I've had American Express come to my table, hunting me down, said, I got to see sunshine. Okay. Everybody was like, yo, your energy is, it's, she was like, it's just nobody could touch your energy. Your energy is so powerful. And we just want to be in a room with you. I was like, that's God, because, I'm here to live it up, and I'm here to represent God, and I'm here to help bring you with a breakthrough. Well, baby, Wednesday night okay, so let me go back to what I'm really going to talk about now. So Wednesday night, I'm walking and I'm celebrating, and I'm just touring and everything. And God said, go back to the hotel, pray over these keys. And what I told you to write on the card. Now, Saturday, I'm going to need you to put those keys face down. So whatever resonates with this person, whatever key pops out, that's my message to them. Friday night, God had me soaking. Saturday morning, I wanted to talk to my boyfriend. God said, nope, no contact with nobody. But Ernest and Lucretia, I was like, okay, I'm up. I'll meet you downstairs. Ernest walked me over, helped me set up. Saturday, God said, anoint your walls. Now, I put up a picture on my post and my website. God said, everybody else wants to be fancy with their cubicles and everything. He said, no, I sent you, so we ain't going to be fancy. Remember, the plain white walls, his canvas, let him paint it the way he needs to paint it. He said, what I need you to do is put up I have a flyer thing that says, Nicole, my face and my books. And it says author and everything. People would stop just to try to read it all. And I said, I'm happy you stopped. He said, whoever stops at your table. Now, I had over 300 keys, okay? So you imagine Wednesday, one eye open, one eye closed, and God said, we ain't done. 300 keys. And by the end of the night, I only had 50 keys left.
Ooh.
So God had me write so many different things. I was like, okay. I was like, you sure? I was like, you know what? I can't say you sure because he told me what to write it. So I soaked. I wrote them. Set up the table. The essence of God. I had fresh flowers. I went to the florist early that morning because I found the florist that Sunday when I was learning what's around the hotel. I remember where the florist right up the street from the hotel. Got fresh flowers that morning. I picked out different flowers and I made sure the ambience matched. Why? The essence of God. Living. The colors have value, have meaning. Each color meant something. And I had a clear vase to go through. Clear, water, Holy Spirit. So I anointed the walls with the oil. I anointed myself. I prayed. And Lord, as I always do, use me as you see fit. I'm your vessel. Pour me out and pour you in. Baby, they all was coming. People went back after they picked up the key. Some started crying. And then God said, minister. Each person that picked up a key, I ministered to. Now there was 3 who denied and turned the thing back. I said, you deny God. That's not me. You denied. I want you to know that. They walked away. I already felt before when they said stopped at the table, they was curious. But I said, okay. One was like, this is scary. How did you know what? Never mind. And he put it back down. That's okay. I prayed over that, move that spirit that he was carrying. Because you're not going to bring that to my table. I already anointed everything. But let me re-anoint that key because you touched it.
Wow.
There was sayings, what are you waiting for? Every key had a different, Billy, a different saying. Not one of the same. There was no double ones. God had whoever that key pointed them out, they went and it hit them. It resonated. And then God said, minister. So then I ministered. 20 people walked away crying. There was teenage boys was just in awe. When I tell you, I was praying for 3 of them, and then I was praying for 4 of them. Then I would pray. One mother went and got her husband, came back. Then she went and found her daughter, came back. She made them all pick up a key. This man now wants me to help write their book for them with a fee. But he was like, yeah, you know how they're skeptical people and how people are like, yeah. But then when he picked up that key, he was like, hold on. He was like, what's your cash out? What the? She was like, he's tight wide with his money and he's already ready to give you his credit card now. She was like, I told him you was filled. I told him you was filled. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, the one that stands out the most is at the end when we had to start shutting down everything. I made sales and everything, but it was bigger than that. God was all on me to the point where I was like, he was like, keep telling them this. I said, I am. And people were looking at me and was like, whoa. I was like, and God said this, and God showed me just this right now. And they was like, you in a car with me and them this morning? Like, I'm just telling you what he was saying. They was like, we literally said this in the car on the way here. One woman said, I was telling God I was not coming to this. And he said, you better get yourself dressed, get over there and look for me. You'll know it when you get. She stopped and said, God sent me to you.
Wow.
You have a message. I said, pick a key and we'll talk. Every time people stopped, I was like, since you stopped at the cubicle, pick a key. Which one's calling you? The keys was calling everybody, and each key was different too. I didn't understand why he had me buy the keys on Amazon months ago. And then that day I understood. I was crying and I was holding it in. I was holding it in because just the joy and for God to choose me and use me in that magnitude. Like, I'm not worthy. You chose me. I'm not worthy. But he still because he said you're being obedient. You're accountable for your actions. You admit when you do wrong. You have, and you're doing everything I tell you to do, and you're being obedient. So yes, I chose you. The last person, this young man in his early 20s, God showed me him tug. I said, what is tugging at you? I said, there is something heavy on you. Now, I started learning what it was, what God telling me, but I had to let him tell me. He wouldn't tell me, but I said, do you know what it is? He says, yes, I do. I said, God said, put it down and don't pick it back up. He said, put it down, don't pick it back up. Leave it on the throne. He was like, his key was pray.
Wow.
And he said, I stopped praying the way I do. I said, so what is he telling you? He was like, pray. I said, so it resonates with you. He says, yes. I said, and while we were talking, he was like, can I ask you a question? And I said, yeah. How can I be better? I said, soak. God told me to tell you to soak in him tonight. Literally. Turn everything off, soak and listen. Soak and listen. Don't speak, don't move, soak. Soak in your sleep. Then that's when God showed me the tough war. Like, I was like, you want to go forward, but then you keep going back. You want to go forward, but you keep going back. You want to go forward, but you keep going back. I said, God, use me. You see fit right now. He was struggling with who he is, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And I said, God said, put that down. Because that's not you. That's of the world. That's not you. He was like, I've been in the church. I'm brought up in the church and everything. I said, put it down tonight. Don't pick it back up. Put it down because that's not who he has called you to be. I said, and my dot card, I said, you got your phone, open up the camera. You could email me. You could text me. I know you're in London. You could do WhatsApp. I was like, and I told everybody that stopped at my table with the dot card, we connect. One person, before I touch back down on U.S. soil, 1, 2, 3, 4 people inbox me saying, yo, I was done with your book. Oh my God. It was like you were speaking to me. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm buying the rest of your books. What's the order of the books?
Wow.
The fact is, after I finished with the young man, he was like, can I hug you? And I did. I let him hug me and I hugged him back as like a mother hugging their son. And I was like, my son is your age. I was like, my oldest is 25. So you're around that age. He says, yes, ma'am. I said, well, yes. And let me pray for you. Now, during that day, we had someone across from us. I felt his spirit. I had to rebuke him. I did 2 open rebukes on his behind because he was a male chauvinist pig. And the reason why I say that, he had 3 girls working the cubicle with him. And the way he would pull on ladies that would walk past and try to caress their arm or their shoulder, you don't touch a woman unless she gives you permission.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, the devil is right next to the cubicle. Okay. Right. I did an open rebuke. Lucretia could tell you, she started laughing. I said, the devil, you need to go because you are not welcomed here on this platform. Stay in your cubicle. Then next to me was the police department. I said, Lord, really? I said, Lord, because it's talking about the police.
Oh.
I'm talking about this too shall pass. What's going on in society today? The police killing my uncle. I talk about. So I said, oh Lord, this is really a test. One of the women, while I was ministering, prophesying to a woman that was in my cubicle, one of the women from the police table came over, interrupted, and just gave her a police pen. I looked at her, I said, rebuke. And then the woman and I were talking, she was a fellow believer. After we're done, she went to her cubicle and gave it back to her and told her that was rude. And she did not want the pencil. I said, devil, I see you. But devil, you see, I serve a God you will never be able to deal with ever again. I said, go on. So then I'm back to the young man. Young man didn't want to leave my table. He didn't want to leave. Like he stayed with me 30 minutes. And I felt so bad. My heart was heavy because I knew what he was dealing with.
Yeah.
I said, God said, remember who named you to be and what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Get back into that praying. I said, you got to leave it and don't pick it back up. He said, tonight, drop it and leave it. No tug of war. That's over. And another one, Ernest was talking to, he was like, wait, I got it. It was like, time to wrap up. And the guy, Ernest was like, call her, email her. She'll respond. She responds. Trust me, that's sunshine. She was. Yeah. When I tell you, when it was all said and done, Ernest was like, don't you start crying. Don't you start crying. You ain't going to have this thug crying. I was like, all day. I gotta They got me. I let it out and they started crying too when they did a surprise birthday singing and took me out to dinner after it was over. I was like, see, y'all got all messed up right now. So with joy, like, wow, God, you really did that. Like, it's all God. You really did that.
Man.
He blew my mind. He took it to another level with me. Like, I was like, I know I'm your daughter. I know I'm your servant. I know I speak directly with you when others don't think it. But everybody that came to that table was like, I'm blessed to have met you. And God said at the end of that night, I soaked and I thanked him for using me the way he did to that magnitude. God said, London needed you.
Yep.
So I said, where we going next, God? Let me know. He said, for your obedience, you getting a double portion. I was like, I receive it. He said, that man you want, I sent him. That house you want, when I was looking for a house this year, he kept denying because he said, no, you gonna buy it with your husband. He gave the vision of him proposing to me and everything. And I'm in church, and my pastor said something. So I texted him while I was in church. I was like, did you ask God about me? He says, yes. I said, when? He said, last year when I first saw you. He said, be patient. She's your wife. A year later, I interviewed him again, and now we're talking. Now we're together.
Wow.
God, okay. in due time. This is your time.
That's a oof.
Because you already know. I was telling you, I'm done with that divorce. I said I'm done.
I know
against him and everything. I'm done. I said, nope, because somebody's going to catch it. And I said, God, I need you to step in because I'm trying not to go back to the old me. People don't know the old me. I need you to step in so I don't mess up what you got going on for me. He stepped in. And then he gave me a spoken word. Back up. God said, I will always back you up. He said, remind them who sent you. So that backup, I said, at the end, he said to tell them, think twice before you come after me. I said, because I got what? I got backup. G.O.D. is my backup. He don't play about his. Thank you, Lord.
Hold on. Speaking of backup, I hear backup is doing pretty good on the radio.
Yes, it is. Hallelujah. Woo! Going on strong too. What? I was like, suck it now.
I was sitting there. I was just sitting there messing around online. And I was like, let me see what's going on over here. And it was like, oh, snap! She on the radio.
Nothing but God. And all my spoken words is under Nicole Dalton. No names, no nicknames, none of that. It's me. On all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Google, all that. And then some. Backup has jumped up on YouTube too. Look,
really?
Apple, yes, download. And anytime somebody come after you and God sent you, play that backup and let them know who sent you. You heard?
Backup. Hey, you heard it here. You got to go download it, watch it on YouTube, like, subscribe, Nicole Dalton. Man, you said some things and it just got my mind resonating because I don't want anybody to miss what you said. Now, somebody's out there. They're sitting there like wondering what that next move is, and I'm an advocate because God has done it for me. I tell people all the time. There are times when God will put you in rooms that your resume doesn't even say you're qualified for, and Sunshine is just proven to you because there was nowhere in her mind that you think about black business or you think about a business period. Most people think Fortune 500, Fortune 50, Fortune. You just like the big people. And you're sitting there like, oh, you want me in the room, whatever, and not just a regular room, a room that's not even in the country that I'm from.
Come on.
Sunshine went to a whole different country. Before we even get to the room, remember her, she said 300 keys. How many people out there, when you clear your mind, do you even have 300 phrases to write down? He will do things for you that you're not even thinking about. And she got put in the room, and not just put in the room, he brought the people that she needed to see, talk to, pray over, minister to. He put them in her presence. When I tell you all the time, because people always say, oh, if they won't open the door, go knock it down or build your own. And I'm like, people understand that. I get to build your own, but they miss it. That doesn't mean go out there, hammer nails, and build a door. Build your own means go out there, continue to do what he wants you to do, live the purpose that he designed you for, and the doors will be created for you. That's what just happened with Sunshine, because not only did he create the doors in UK, songs popping off, books popping off, people reaching all around from everywhere. When you're living, and when I say the name of the show, Purpose Driven, it's for a reason. And Sunshine, you don't even realize. You just stapled why this show is called Purpose Driven. You have a purpose, and it's driven by some type of vehicle. It's just like Nicole said with the books, some type of vehicle. Most people think when you think driven, point A to B, you got a car. Well, in Sunshine's case, point A to B was a plane. Point A to B was talking to God. Point A to B was walking around UK. Point A to B was talking between another individual and receiving communication. Whatever drives to get your purpose out there, that's what you need to do. That's what you're designed for. Sunshine, you're not only talking and ministering, you're writing books, spoken word. Like you said, paralegal by day. You're helping somebody in all shapes, forms, and fashions. I don't even know how you have time to do it. Speaking of time, I'm sorry, I almost lost track of it. And I said that for a reason because when I say people, I don't know where she finds it. What you don't know, this might be the shortest episode. We're finna wrap it up, but this might be the shortest episode. Why? Because right back to back, I don't even know. This is how her schedule looks. Back to back, right after this show, she starts her podcast. So she's first off, let's go back. Let's do one by one. How can people get a hold of, again, tell us again, how can we get a hold of all your books?
All my books, www.godsproperty2022.com or Amazon under Nicole Sunshine Dalton.
And that is also, remember that information, because you can also use that to get inspiration and help to learn how to write your own book and get your own story out there. Now, how do we get a hold of all this spoken word again?
Spoken words, iTunes, Spotify, Apple, all platforms. And when I tell you, I start my morning on some days listening to The Fight. The Fight is the one, woo, baby, because when the enemy comes, they likes to switch up. Every level is a different devil. Every level is a different devil. And come how you came the first time on that level. That's a little bit from it. So yeah. And you can find it on YouTube.
And on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of YouTube, because I just let that cat out the bag, you also are finna backdoor this podcast with your own podcast. How and when can everybody tune in to watch Sunshine do her thing on the podcast?
So on my podcast, Celebrating Life with Sunshine is on Tuesday every night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Fridays is Hip Hop Fridays, not just hip hop. I have opera, R&B, all of that. Friday nights at 9 p.m. And let me tell you, when I went to London, I went to the Opera House because that has always, my sister brought this to my attention. She said, Nikki, ever since we was little, you always said you was going to London. I don't know why. And you said, when you go into the Opera House. I went to the Opera House. If you go to my page, okay, on my website, you will see me in all black and pearls. I made sure my pearls and necklace, earrings was on fire with the black outfit. I had a day outfit for the week I was there. I was there 8 days. I had an outfit all brand new. Bringing in my birthday, I'm bringing it in right, boo. I had an outfit for the day and an outfit for the evening every night. And I made sure my clutch bag came in time, everything. When I say, yeah, Ernest got a story, so I'm going to tell it before he tell it because it's my story. So I went shopping, right? That's right. I had a carry-on. I had 2 suitcases when I left U.S. to go to London. Well,
what you did?
I had to give me one of his suitcases that I went shopping for because and I used my other carry-on that I brought while I was in Paris that said Paris and had the Eiffel Tower and everything on it. So I went back with three. Okay, let me tell you about that. 3 suitcases. I had to check for under the plane, which was $350. That international fee is a mother, man. I said, what? international now. I said, thank you,
Yep.
Lord. But $350, Ernest started laughing. He said, I never go wrong with you for having a laugh. I said, stop laughing at me, Ernest. Like
Oh,
my suitcase. Because I sat on the big one and trying to zipper, and my boyfriend's like, I was like, yeah, you would have been mad at me if you was here. Because but my arms got bruised because I'm holding one carry-on one hand and the other one on the other hand. And I had my book bag on my back. Yeah, and I had to check 3 suitcases. I said, Ernest, thank you for the suitcase.
oh, hey, you went over there and did what you were supposed to do. You got your money's worth.
I sure.
Matter of fact, hold on. I just thought about something because I want to see if it's even possible. Are you able to pause your camera?
I don't know. Pause it? Like how?
You know how they do, like where you can keep it on but stop the camera. Don't leave the studio, but there go that dress. There go them pearls. We can see them. Yeah, y'all get a close up. Get a close up. You see her doing the thing with that black dress and them pearls on. Oh, I love it.
Don't forget, we need to get sunshine. Okay, so listen, let me tell you, how do I?
Now come on back and tell the people. We want to see you talk about this one.
So y'all, listen, the pearls, I did a little TikTok. I'm on TikTok too with celebrating_sunshine. Follow me. You will see my whole every day. I had a clip I did with my outfits. Baby, I was killing it. You know that man was hitting on me left and right. Anytime I asked something, they dropped what they was doing to help me. I was like, thank you. I love London. London, how you doing? I'll be back. London, you are great. Love you.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, with you. I said, I got a man. But they here willing to help me set up and everything and reach and I was like, excuse me, can you take a picture of me on the steps? One man almost dropped his phone. I said, Lord have mercy. I was like, my carry-ons above my head on the airport and everything. Thank you.
Must be nice. I be up there talking about get up in there.
You know I love tea, so I got the tea kettle from there. I got the fresh teas that you put in and you put the hot water in and let it marinate. Yes, baby. Yes. I said, Lord, you so good. I thank you.
Now, I know because of your busy schedule, you got to run, but I got to ask because I got to. You know I do it. I've done it to you before. Before you even try to get up out of here, with everything that's been going on in life, the amazing things from relationships to entrepreneurship, the way you're going and traveling, exploring the world where God is taking you. What's that one key advice that somebody out there is watching that you can give them to help them not just get in their purpose, but learn to listen to God, follow their destiny, like open up? What is that one piece of advice you would give them?
Don't be your own sabotager. Don't sabotage your own life. You hear it, tap in.
Ooh, short, sweet, and to the point. I don't know if you got it. Don't be your own sabotage, because most people don't even realize you are your own worst enemy. You're getting in your own way. In fact, you're literally sleeping with the enemy. You are in your own way. You need to get out of your way. Don't self-sabotage yourself. And you heard it here first from Sunshine. Miss Nicole, Sunshine, Dalton, Miss International.
Sunshine.
Now I gotta say it. I gotta ask again because Miss International. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna put it all in the description, but can you tell everybody once again, where can we get in touch with you? Where can we get your services? Where can we get your gear, your equipment, your everything you do? How can we get in touch with Sunshine?
If you want to get in touch with me, my email is Nicole, Nicole, D as in David, Alton, the number 3 at gmail.com. I'm on Instagram at celebrating_sunshine. I'm on Facebook, Nicole Sunshine Dalton. I can't wait to change that last name. Anywho, I'm on Twitter, Celebrating Sunshine. Yeah, you can hit me up. I'll respond back to you. If you want to come on a podcast and you have a business, and we'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. And if you want to sow a seed, you can too at $ God's Property 1017. Whatever God puts on your heart. But baby, he said 2023. They thought they saw this. Wait until they see you in 2023. Overflow, 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 increase, more abundance. He said, I told you a double portion for you being obedient, and it's here. It's now. I said, Lord, I receive it.
I'm gonna let you know right now. You're not leaving me. I'm gonna be there in 2023 too. I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be there.
I'm trying to get on that Africa. Okay.
Just believe next time something come up, you already know. I'm letting you know. But we're gonna be 2023. It sounds like it's gonna be some Africas and some UKs because I'm coming to the business expo.
Listen, I told God to open up the next one and let me know where I need to go. And I thank Farrelletto Law because I used up all my vacation time and everything with my kids and everything. Week, I told them I'll go and not get paid that week. I don't mind because why God send me? Why? Because God supplies all my needs. So why? I'm going because the King sent me. So I put up something on my page yesterday. You can't stop what God sends. When he sent me to London, the enemy was trying a little here and there. God was like, boop, shut down. Not my daughter. Okay.
You can't stop what God got for you.
Sure enough, can't. You can't stop. When he sends you on an assignment, you do it full-heartedly and pure and genuine. Watch God use you in a magnitude like never before. I told you, he blew my mind.
And I like how you said that. The reason you are mind blown, and I want people to understand why. Because some of us, we're thinking too small. We're thinking on a low level. And I want you to get like how we're talking about with Sunshine. I want you to have dreams and goals and everything so big. They're so big that it takes God to intervene just for them to happen.
Come on.
I want you to think about that. Most of us are thinking small-minded. Most things. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's nothing negative with it. You can want the house, the car, the family success, break and generate. I get all that. But I need you to think outside of that because the God that we serve is capable of doing anything. And I need you to start thinking on a scale that is so huge that the only way it can happen is by God intervening. That's the same person that puts you in the rooms that by resume, you're not even qualified for because he makes it happen. And you heard it first. You see the example. You see the things that are going on in Sunshine's life. She's proven it. Books, going overseas, got her products overseas, to spoken word, getting heard all around the world. I'm telling you, things happen when you trust your purpose and you're driven by the purpose that God assigned you for because he has you on assignment.
Let me just say this. God give it to you. You showing your action and your part. So you got to do your part and you got to diligently. If you're not diligently, baby, God is going to sit there and look at you like, what you want me to do what? And you ain't doing for me? You better stop God and stop putting your mouth on God's people. Because, man, listen, my ex and his Jezebel know now. I ain't the one. Play with me if you want to. God will handle you.
Dang, God. But you got to find about that in the book. You got to read the book to know about that one. Can't tell all the secrets because then they ain't got nothing to read.
My next one, I could tell you. This is exclusive, so I'm telling you. The core, the assignments, the mantle.
Ooh, I like that.
No, that's what he named it. That's what it is.
I like that.
The core, the assignments, the mantles. All my family members dropped the mantles. Guess who picked it up? All of the mantles in my family.
Wow.
When on my pastor, Mother Hiller, she was my great aunt. When she picked, guess who picked up all the mantles? I had my own mantles. I have all 5 gifts. Thank you, Lord. But sometimes I'm like, whoo, that's heavy right there. but I carry it.
You
And
got to.
everybody drops it. I'm like, really? Yeah, I got it.
I can't wait to read that. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Now again, I can't hold you up because I know you gotta run. I know you're so busy, but again, on behalf of everybody, for one, we got to get you back on because we got to hear what's going on because you going to have more fire in the future, and I can't wait for it. But before you go, I just had to say thank you on behalf of everybody. We want to give you your flowers while you're here. You're doing amazing things. We love it. Stay blessed and continue to receive the blessings that are coming your way. But thank you for taking a fraction of your time to just come on here and explain and tell us all and be so transparent in your life. We want to thank you.
Thank you, and I thank God. You know, brother, I love you. We need to keep in touch more.
Yes, but don't go nowhere because I'm going to talk to you right after. So just for a quick second, so don't go anywhere. But thank you again, and you be blessed, and I'm going to see you on the other side. Man, if you didn't get anything or get touched or get inspired, that was amazing. Sunshine, she's doing amazing things. I want to put a plug in just for a quick second for our brother, Ernest Usher III. He is the owner, the CEO, the founder of Usher's digital agency. He's the marketing magician. He will get you indoors and help you in places and help you with your marketing. He's in the UK, and we already laid it out. Sometime next year, 2023, October. If you're trying to get on, hey, that's your way in. Hit up Usher's digital agency, the marketing magician. I will be putting this information in the description as well, but you heard it from Sunshine. It's time for you to start using your purpose to live a life of purpose so you can be put in those rooms that you didn't even think your resume would qualify you for, because believe it or not, the thing that you have inside of you, that thing that you're destined for, that purpose, it's going to make a way from you. It's going to put you in places and do things for you and others that you didn't even think would happen. But that's only going to happen if you continue to live a life of purpose. Again, I thank everybody for tuning in. I'm so happy that y'all got to hear another side of Sunshine's life. But stay tuned because our next guest will be just as amazing. And as always, it's going to be on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. So we will see you next Thursday. But remember, as always, continue to live in your purpose, with purpose, on purpose. I'll see y'all next week.
I'm back.
Every time I walk out that door, every time I interact with anybody new, my purpose is to help change.
It's time to celebrate life. If you know that you're in charge of your life, it's time to stand up. If you know you want better for your life, it's time to stand up. If you know that you have what it takes to be in charge of your life, it's time to stand up. If you know that you are not just trying to be good for you, but for those around you, it's time to stand up. As a matter of fact, look to the person to your left and tell them you are enough.
I want to help you change, and just like you change, every time I interact with somebody, they help me change. It's no different than if I met an individual and they had 4 quarters and they needed change, or if I had $1 and they had 4 quarters, I need to change. We can swap the money. The value is still the same. They still got $1, I still got $1, but we both exchanged something, and it was a change for both of us. So every time I walk out that door, I inspire to help change lives just as much as lives have changed me.
Y'all been listening to the wrong people, watching the wrong things all your life, and it's time to put to rest all those negative thoughts, because you are enough. It's time to put to rest that self-doubt, because you are enough. It is time to get rid of that negative energy, because you are enough. It is time to stop listening to people that don't have the best interests of you in your life, because you are enough. So let's have a moment of silence. I want everybody to understand that you are the person that's in charge of your life. Everything that you have inside of you to be who you're supposed to be in life. You have a destiny, and that destiny can only be accomplished through you, by you, and only you, with the help of God. When you realize that you are the person you are, because you're not a carbon copy, there's only one you. They try to put you in a box. Society tries to put you in a box, but you can't be in a box. How can you be in a box when there's only one you? But then they tell you, think outside the box. What I'm trying to get you to understand is there is no box.
I want to pass on the things that I have to the generations behind me. By the time it's time for me to get called home and go to the grave, I want to be empty. I believe in bankrupting the cemetery, so I can't take this knowledge with me because the cemetery is already full of brilliant ideas and unwritten books and innovative ideas. I can't take this with me, so I'm trying to leave it all here as Billy Graham Jr. to the next generation so somebody else can carry it on.